The body cameras are the size of this smartphone, and although game wardens have only been using them for a week, they're already seeing the benefits. A lot of officials here even going to the next house over, setting up some tape right now. Now we're hoping to hear from the Oklahoma City Fire Department soon. Tell me kind of what you saw, what you felt.
In the moment, I felt like everything shook. I honestly felt like everything was falling.
Good evening. I am right along I-35, and let me tell you, it is cold. That wind chill is intense, and you do not want to be out here unless you absolutely have to. Dr. Cobb tells me starting last week, about a quarter of their student population started calling out sick, followed by a surge of staff members this week, making it virtually impossible to keep schools open.
News 9's Feliz Romero is live with the decision they made today for another death row inmate. Feliz.
The board recommending life without parole in a 3-2 vote for Bigler Stouffer. All 5 of them say they think he's guilty. It all started when 12 students sent letters to the school saying that they had been sexually assaulted by classmates and that nothing was done. A stack of letters has Mount St. Mary's Catholic High School at the center of a private investigation.
In those letters that were submitted were allegations of sexual assault and sexual harassment.
12 current and former students coming forward.
The date range of the investigation was from late 2018 to May of 2021.
The alleged victims say the school didn't act when they brought their complaints to administrators. Daniel Carsey, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, addresses the administrator's shortcomings.
We could have done a lot better of a job. We certainly failed to act consistently with our core beliefs and values.
He says the school handed its findings to police over Christmas break. However, the Oklahoma City Police Department says it's not currently pursuing a criminal investigation because the victims have not come to them directly. An attorney representing several alleged victims says the families are preparing to go to police.
We hear you and we're listening. We have made a lot of changes.
For now, the school has sent a letter to Mount families outlining that an interim principal will take over. While most of the students being accused have since graduated, one remained enrolled at the start of the school year but has since been expelled. Police say they have received a separate report of a student alleging that he was made to feel uncomfortable during class. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Reporting live in Southwest Oklahoma City, Feliz Romero, Oklahoma Zone, News 9. Speakers at the vigil say tonight was about celebrating, but tomorrow the work continues. This as many religious organizations say they oppose capital punishment.
And I just thank God for each and every one of you all. Yes, I really do. Yes, and we have much work to do. Yes. So rest today, celebrate. Tomorrow, a new day, begin again. Yes.
Supporters of Julius Jones gathering Thursday night, rejoicing that his life was spared hours before he was set to be executed.
We have a new fight that starts tonight. Yes, God. We have a new fight that starts tonight. We can't lose our momentum. That's right. We can't lose our energy.
The overarching message, keeping up the momentum and keeping faith.
The criminal justice system in Oklahoma and the United States is broken. That's right. And that is why Julius is where he is. And so there's so much work that we have to do.
Is this the right thing to do to, as the state, take a human life?
The Episcopal Diocese Bishop, Paulson Reed.
It's been an agonizing and emotional day.
Reed says, I hope the uncertainties in the Jones case will cause us as a state to re-examine the effectiveness and morality of the death penalty. Most people in faith believe that justice can be rendered without taking a human life.
Nobody can take the credit for that. It's God.
And if it had not been for God, we just never would have made it.
The Archdiocese of Oklahoma City commending the governor on his decision to grant clemency in the face of intense pressure, saying to oppose the death penalty is not to be soft on crime. Rather, it is to be strong on the dignity of life. A senior here at Bethany High School, Marley shared one last milestone with her grandmother before she passed away. Grandma Rita worked hard to build a bond with Marley since she was a baby.
Marley was the only granddaughter. They were just tight from day one. She was just her world.
After countless hours spent at Grandma's and years of leading their family, Scott says his late mother, Rita McLaughlin, was their rock.
The best mom a guy could have. It takes a village to raise a kid, and she was all of our village.
In 2016, Rita beat colon cancer after surgery, chemo, and radiation, only for it to come back a second time.
She just couldn't recover from it. There were just so much scar tissue and everything from the previous issues.
Doctors telling loved ones Rita's days were numbered.
We knew things had totally turned and that she was definitely not going to make it. She would tell every doctor and nurse and us whenever we come in, I just want to make it to Marley's graduation.
Scott reached out to Bethany High School.
Marley will meet or will soon meet all requirements for graduation. It is my privilege and honor to recommend Marley for graduation.
Making Grandma Rita's wish come true.
As a symbol of your graduation from Bethany High School, you may now move your tassel to the left.
And I've never seen somebody's last wish granted until then.
Rita denied pain medication so she could be fully aware.
30-40 minutes after that, they had to sedate her. That was the last time that we got to talk to her and that she was coherent.
3 days later, Rita passed away surrounded by loved ones. She had just turned 76 years old.
Almost half a mile away, an auto shop's camera captured the explosion.
I heard a big boom and it felt like the whole building shook, and so I thought something had hit our building, so I had no idea.
Shane Darty works at the auto shop.
This was a new one for me. I felt, earthquakes before, but I knew it was different immediately. When I felt it, I knew something had happened.
Once we felt it, we ran outside and we saw everything, the debris flying. We started running because we didn't know what was going to happen next.
This was the scene unfolding just before 4 p.m. Friday afternoon.
Located at Northwest 40th and Penn here.
I then looked to the west and saw a bunch of smoke, black smoke. It was obvious to me that something had blew up.
We received a call from a neighbor saying that they believe that the house next to him exploded.
Fire crews arriving within minutes, finding pieces of the home on the street and the house a total loss.
We saw debris flying, almost like if it was snowing, to be honest.
The person living in the home at the time out of town in Texas.
We did have 2 canine units searching the area. Our canine units actually just finished scoping the area for any victims, and there was negative results on their search.
Oklahoma Natural Gas says so far it's found nothing wrong with their system. It's working diligently with first responders to try to figure out what happened. Reporting live in Northwest Oklahoma City, Feliz Romero, Oklahoma Zone, News 9.